Hi guys, my name is Xiomara Kuhn. I am a student at the Pontificia Universidad Javeriana. I study modern languages and literary studies. I am in ninth and fourth semester, and this is the second activity for our design and programming of games class. Our professor is Rigoberto Saenz. The first game is PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. It is developed by PUBG Corporation in association with Krafton and Tencent Games. It runs on PC, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One. It is an online multiplayer battle royale game rated teen by the ESRB. It was released back in 2016. It is player versus player shooter where you start with 100 players and you each try to kill each other in a battle royale. You can play in 3 modes: solo, duo, and team with 4 players. Last person or team standing wins. The game starts with every player inside a plane that flies across the game map in a straight line. Players can choose where to drop and land. As soon as you land, you must find resources such as health items, weapons, clothing, and protective gear, as well as vehicles. The more dangerous the zone you choose, the better gear you'll find. You can loot other players' corpses too. You can change from first person to third person perspective depending on your strategy needs. The game map has a changing red zone that is bombed at a certain interval. There is a safe blue playable zone that gets smaller and smaller as the game progresses. If you are caught outside of this zone, you will start to take damage until you die. Occasionally, a plane will fly by and drop cases with resources. Every round lasts about 30 minutes. According to your performance, you'll get rewarded with a game currency that you can use to buy items for character or weapon customization. There are 8 major ranks in PUBG. There is Bronze, Silver, Gold, Platinum, Diamond, Crown, Ace, and Conqueror. PUBG Mobile uses bots to fill up most of the 100-player quota in a match for rookies, and as you move up the ranks, it starts throwing in more moderately experienced players in matches and a limited number of bots. Depending on the platform, the game controllers change. For the PUBG Mobile version, you can move by touching the screen. The left part of the screen allows you to move around. The right part lets you aim and shoot. You can walk, sprint, jump, get down, and stalk. You can also turn on or off your microphone, as well as pick up supplies and drive numerous vehicles. I found it entertaining. I found that it's a skill-building game, so anyone can win and anyone can lose. It teaches you strategy as well, because you can't just run and kill people like a madman. That's going to get you killed. You have to really think about where are you going to go next and why. One of the things that I didn't like was the online purchase part. Although it does not rely solely on this aspect, it is a very big part of the game because of the customization options. So I think that might give a little disadvantage to the other players that come equipped, not because they skill built, but because they bought it. I think it is a debate that is constant still in the gaming industry. On the other hand, it is a very entertaining game, as I said. I would give it an 8.3 out of 10 because it is just like any other shooter game. Although I do have to say that the mobile version seems easier to play than the PC version. Also, I think since you can change from first or third perspective, playing it on your phone gives you another advantage about, I believe, on how much you can see, how much of the game you can see. But other than that, I don't find the game displeasing at all. I feel like my reflexes get better every time I play it, so I really like that part. So yes, an 8.3 out of 10. Up next, we have Elder Scrolls V: Skyrim. It is developed by Bethesda Game Studios and Iron Galaxy. It runs on Microsoft Windows, PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, Xbox 360, Xbox One, and Nintendo Switch. It is an action role-playing game rated mature plus 17 by the ESRB. It was released back in 2011. The player's character is the Dragonborn, and the quest is to defeat Alduin, the World Eater, a dragon who is prophesied to destroy the world. Your character is customizable. You can choose between several different species, and you can customize the physical features as well. The player completes quests and develops the character by improving skills. The game continues the open world tradition, as it allows you to travel anywhere in the game at any time, and to ignore or postpone the main quest indefinitely. You can change between first and third person perspective. As you use a skill, you automatically gain a small amount of experience, eventually causing that skill to level up. Skill level ups can also be acquired instantly from training or reading skill books. Every time you level a skill, you can also gain experience toward a character level. Increasing the levels of your skills is the only way you are able to increase your character skill. However, leveling up low-level skills offers you only low amounts of character experience, while leveling up high-level skills offers more. The required amount of character experience needed to gain a character level increases as your character level increases. There are 4 different categories you can reach: Apprentice, Adept, Expert, and Master. If you are playing on a PC version, you use A, S, W, and D as a control pad to move around and space to jump. You use Escape to access menus, Alt to run, Tab to access quick menu, Z to shout, mouse to look around, and M1 and M2 to shoot and attack. You can use Caps Lock for walking and running, and you can use Control to sneak. Players or entices them to continue. For me, I would have quit very easily if I didn't have another person beside me telling me to keep going for it. For me, it makes it feel like it's too hard from the start, or maybe the difficulty setting that my friend chose for this new game, it's too hard for me. The game can be customized via mods. My friend has a sound mod that allows him to play the Lord of the Rings score while playing the game, instead of the original game score, which gave me a little anxiety, but it matched perfectly with the feeling of the game. In conclusion, this would be a solid 8 out of 10 because of the freedom of choice and freedom of personalization and customization of the character. Since it's an open world game, there is plenty of side quests to choose from before even entering the main quest. So I believe that is a very important part of this game. Up next, we have Galaga from Namco Museum. This game is developed by Namco, the Japanese company. It runs on arcade, SG-1000, MSX, Nintendo Entertainment System, Atari 7800, Game Boy, mobile phones, Xbox 360, Roku, iOS, Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and PC. It is an arcade fixed shooter rated everyone by the ESRB. It was released back in 1981, and the player is a lone starfighter at the bottom of the screen, which must prevent the Galaga forces from destroying all mankind. While controlling a starship, the player is tasked with destroying the Galaga forces in each stage while avoiding enemies and projectiles. Some enemies can capture a player's ship via a tractor beam, which can be rescued to transform the player into a dual fighter with additional firepower. The goal is to destroy and defeat all Galaga aliens, and as you destroy each round of spaceships, the enemies become harder to kill, and they attack faster and with more firepower. Galaga has 255 levels. In the classic arcade game, you use the joystick to direct the spaceship along the bottom of the screen. You push left to move the ship to the left and right to move the ship to the right. Your ship cannot pass beyond the side of the screen. There is a fire button, and you press it to send one missile directly above your position. You can only send 2 missiles out at a time, but you have an unlimited supply of them. I was playing this game on the Game Boy Advanced, which had the Namco Museum game collection, and there I found the Galaga game. I would give it a 7 out of 10 just because it's a good classic. I prefer it over its predecessor, Galaxian, because the flow of the game is quicker and I feel easier than that first installment. The spaceship moves faster than in the first game, although you do have limited mobility. It is a very good experience and a very good first game or first experience of games, and I would highly recommend it just to get a retro feel of how games used to work. And finally, as a bonus game, we have Super Mario World, Super Mario Advance 2. It is developed by Nintendo, and it runs on Game Boy Advance and Wii U. It is a platform game rated everyone by the ESRB. It was released back in 2001. One can play as either Mario or Luigi, the 2 main characters, and the goal is to rescue Princess Peach from Bowser and his minions. You can gain lives collecting coins. You can power up eating mushrooms or flowers. You can also move left and right, jump, get down, spin, and run. It has 8 worlds or 8 levels, and each one divided in multiple levels that vary between 4 to 10 levels depending on the extension of the world. You can use the control pad to move around. You can use the R button to spin and jump, and the A button to jump and select a level, the B button to run with the control pad, and shoot fireballs as Fire Mario. You can use the L button to pan camera or toggle the world map camera. You can use the Start button to pause and the Select button to use an item in storage or show statistics. In my opinion, it is a good classic. It is more frustrating than I remembered, and it always pushes you to search for new ways or new secrets. I like to play the completionist route within these platform games because I like to find all of the secrets and all of the powers and the secret worlds as well. As I was saying before, there are multiple powers that you can choose from and you can use to go rescue Princess Peach. Although I do find it annoying that each time you get to a castle to rescue her, she gets moved around to another castle. I know that is the mechanics of the game, but I think a stronger argument could have been made for the changing of levels. I didn't mention Joshi before, but now I will. I really like that character and the extra powers that gives you just to be sitting on top of him, and it kind of gives you a sort of immunity and advantage throughout the game. As I said, I would rate it an 8 out of 10 because it is a very good classic as well. I feel like I might have given good reviews to all the games, but I think I chose very good games to review in the first place. And that is all for me today. This has been my 4 video game reviews for our second activity in our game programming class. Thank you.